Hello, everyone, and welcome to Big Rob's Little Podcast number 17 with my special guest, one half of the NWX Tag Champs, Jordan Falco.
What's going on, guys?
So today, we're going to start off quickly because last time I forgot on my last podcast with Matt Goff. I didn't ask the two questions that I wanted to get that I always get at the ending of my podcast. So, first question, what made you want to become a pro wrestler?
Oh, man, really good question. So when I was, 5 years old, went to a show with my dad at a company called RPW, Rochester Pro Wrestling, owned by Ian Decay at the time. Only memory I have, because I was so young, I saw Ian Decay versus Kevin Dunn, and Kevin Dunn jumps off the top turnbuckle through a ladder onto Ian Decay through a table. It was awesome. Only memory I have of it, and my little Scott Steiner action figure I got from it. Yeah, after that, my dad got into wrestling. I remember being a little kid, and there's a picture still hanging up in the hallway of his house where I'm pinning him. And then ever since I can remember, my life's been revolving around wrestling. I don't think I know what my life would be without it. So I kind of just joined in because my dad was doing it. It's what I grew up in. I was setting up rings at 8 years old. I mean, it's crazy. It took my first ever flip bump taught by Jimmy Olsen and my dad when I was 9 years old. So, I mean, it kind of was embedded in my life.
Wow. All right. If you have any, what advice do you have for someone who wants to get into pro wrestling?
Don't get caught up in all the drama, the talk. It's huge. Everybody has an opinion about everything, but yours doesn't matter enough to lose you a spot or a job. Keep your mouth shut. Do what you're told, even if it's not the conventional way. If there's somebody looking out for you, find a mentor somehow, for lack of a better word. Find somebody that you can look up to direct you the right way that you want to emulate, and do it. Get your job done. Keep your mouth shut. Listen and do everything you can. I mean, when I started, I wasn't smart about it. I ran my mouth because I knew these guys since I was 8. I was an idiot. When I started, I was 16 years old. People saw me as a loudmouth little kid, and it took me a while to learn and shut up and do my thing.
All right, that's good advice. So it's been a long time since the Falcos have been seen or even defended the tag titles at an NWX event. Youth Gone Wild has made it clear they want all the championships in NWX. So how do you feel knowing that Youth Gone Wild may be around the corner hunting you for those titles?
Well, here's the thing. I beat Youth Gone Wild once already without my own tag partner. I tagged with Matt Goff and beat them. So you think that once my dad and I can actually tag up and be, a cohesive unit that we've been doing for 2 years, if not longer, you think that, you know what? Belts are laid out in front of us. If Youth Gone Wild wants to wrestle, they wanna try and beat the Falcos like no other tag team has been able to without hijinks, then go ahead and try us. But we are the only tag team in NWX history to hold it twice. We're the only tag team in CWF history to never be pinned. So try us.
All right. Do you have an idea of a time frame when the Falcos may return to NWX?
That is a good question. We've been in talks with NWX and CWF management for a little while now. After obviously Resolution, the Falcos disappeared for a little bit. We are still champs. We still do plan to defend our titles. Couple issues. I mean, apart from my wrestling life, I am a DJ as well. So it's hard with conflicting dates. I always learned from a young age from my dad, you make a commitment, you stick to it, not just because something better comes up, not that DJing isn't, one of my passions, and not that wrestling isn't one of my passions, but when the DJing dates come first, before I hear about the NWX dates, I kind of stick to my dates.
Right, work comes first.
Exactly. I mean, it's not like wrestling isn't one of my biggest passions and love. It's just more like when the timing's right. But you will see the Falcos back in NWX and CWF for sure.
Perfect. What's next for the Falcos after, they do return?
Punching Chris Thorne and maybe that CK guy if he ever shows up in the face. No, but in all seriousness, I don't know what's up for the Falcos. Win the CWF tag titles, like we've been wrongfully screwed out of a bunch of times. We've been number one contenders twice and never actually had a match for the titles. So hopefully, that comes up soon, because I think holding the longest reigning NWX Tag Team Champions in history and the only two-time NWX Tag Team Champions in history should definitely get a chance at those CWF titles soon. So I hope that's next.
I mean, it makes sense.
I would say so.
So, is there anything else you would like to add before we end the podcast?
Not necessarily. I mean, stay thirsty, my friends. Have a good time. Enjoy wrestling. If it's a love of your life, keep it. I mean, not to get too deep into the personal life of Jordan Pasquale, but definitely keep your priorities straight. I'm reading a book right now that basically had a perfect thing: keep your main priorities ahead of your others. And it's a thing that I've been learning to do. So keep that on a personal level and a wrestling level for those who are just getting into it. Definitely keep your priorities straight. Family first, family. And I mean, I know that in this day and age, your world is what you want to make it, but I do believe in God. I have no problem sticking up for my belief in God. So I would say if, you do believe in God, keep your religion and family first, professionals and hobbies after. So keep your priorities straight. If you don't believe in God, keep your family there. Your family's all you got in this world, so keep it, because you don't know when it's going to end. Other than that, enjoy wrestling. Be a Falco fan. Buy some Jordan Falco merchandise. Hit me up on Facebook for it. Have no problem emailing it to other countries. And yeah, be on the lookout for the Falcos. Maybe some big things are happening in October that aren't announced yet. I guess you'll never know, right?
Exactly. All right, guys. Make sure to go like this video if you do. Also, like the Big Rob's Little Podcast Facebook page. Make sure to comment on this video. Also, I want to quickly congratulate you. I know I wasn't there, but your debut at Crossfire.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good time. I like that atmosphere over there.
Yeah, it's enjoyable to watch and stuff, and
yeah, that fan ovation was crazy. I was humbled, really humbled with that experience. I was honored to be there. It was a good time.
Yeah. So as I was saying, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, guys, this has been Big Rob's Little Podcast.